working 9 to 5.
Well, you're not
except
really,
my
sadly.
hours are 12 till midnight.
Yeah. That's a shame, isn't it? 9 to 5 would be all right.
I know, I'd love a 9 till 5.
It'd be quite appealing.
Yeah.
But it's all going well at the restaurant.
It is. I'm really enjoying it. I've got a lovely team and the clients are even really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Just the whole ambiance of the whole place. Such a good feeling when you walk in.
That's really good.
Yeah, and I just enjoy it.
Yeah.
I enjoy the hours, even though they're late hours until midnight.
Does it have anything to do with a certain little Frenchman who is the apprentice in the kitchens?
I mean, that helps.
Little
Wink, wink.
Quentin. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Nudge,
A
nudge,
rather sexy Frenchman. It's nice to have
Well,
something that's easy on the eye, though, when you go to
yeah.
work and have a little crush on.
Well, more's the point. He's just really nice.
He's a nice guy.
He's not one of those douchebags who walks around trying to kind of mean to be keep him
Treat him mean,
treat
keep
him mean,
keen.
keep him keen, or whatever that stupid saying is that I don't even know how to say because it's so stupid. All that kind of stuff, trying to act all cool or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh my god, stop being so pathetic.
He's just nice.
Yeah, he's just nice.
And he makes you really nice meals for your lunch and dinner,
know.
which you have at the restaurant.
Amazing. Like what was it? I had red snapper the other day. that we
Not
were
Red
only
Dragon.
Not red dragon. Oh, crikey, fiery. No, I had red snapper the other day, and that was amazing.
Oh, lovely. Well,
Yeah.
I'm glad he's looking after you. You're being fed well. Basically, the way to Sweetpea's heart is through her stomach.
And giving me enough sleep.
And lots of sleep. So really good food, really good night's sleep. And your
Quite
anybody's.
simple. Yeah, exactly. But don't worry, if you don't feed me, I don't have a freak out and I don't get hangry.
No, this is true.
Exactly.
You get tiregry.
Yeah, I get tiregry. Exactly. Anyways, that's been me. How have you been getting on?
I've been all right. I have finally given in to tap water for the pond. That's because I was doing... I would say it's about 75 metres between the 1,000-litre tank, which is roof water, water that's come off the roofs. And I was carrying it back and forth not back and forth, I was carrying it from the tank to the pond in a couple of watering cans. I'd say it's about 75 metres because I
think 100.
thinking of a standard size swimming pool. 25-metre length. Anyway, It was a long distance, which was all right in itself, but it's on a hill. So I nearly went over on my ankles a couple of times and I just thought it's not worth it. It was really treacherous.
Yeah.
So and it was multiple journeys back and forth. So I thought this isn't worth it. So instead, I have rigged up a series of hose pipes from the kitchen tap, the tap outside the kitchen.
Yeah.
Which we already have my irrigation system, which runs behind a load of beds to the veg garden.
Yes.
And that's on a slow drip watering system. But there's a multiple connectors in there, don't I? I have about, I'd say there are about 20 connectors between various hose lengths. And the drip,
very funny.
What's it called? Drip feed.
Drip
Irrigation system. Anyway, so I connected up to one of those connectors and put 2 more hose pipes in, and that got me down to the pond.
Oh, cool.
So it's nice and full now, and all the plants have thanked me and all the animals have thanked me, so it's thriving again.
Good.
I'm really happy that I just bit the bullet and did that. I don't know how good. My concern was, what's tap water going to do to pond water and pond life, because it's full of fluoride and chlorine and
it's quite
very
alkaline.
And anyway, so far so good.
Okay, well that's good.
And other than that, I've just been trimming a whole load, trimming all the paths, keeping things at bay. Not lots growing at the moment because it's too hot, too dry. So it's been quite straightforward, really.
Quite chill.
Garden, once we sorted the pond.
Yeah, exactly. And the veg garden is looking very healthy.
Thriving.
It is thriving. It's got the drip irrigation system is the best.
My own. Oh, sorry. Go on.
I was about to carry on saying the positives about it.
Yeah,
if
please
you don't
do.
mind.
Let me hear that, because that took a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to put in.
It did, actually. I'm loving it because it really soaks into the soil, and some of the drip feed pipes are underneath the soil.
Yeah.
So you can just see some moisture up above, so you know that the roots are really clinging onto it underneath.
There's zero wastage of water with that system.
Zero wastage.
I'd say it's probably the best irrigation system way of doing it compared to our other attempts, which I won't go into now.
Oh no, that's a whole other story.
But the other question is our courgettes, because so far
Oh
all we
yeah.
seem to have is flowers, male flowers,
Mm-hmm.
no female flowers, just like last
Again.
year. Why are we cursed on the
Again.
courgette front?
What have we done? We love courgettes. We've never dissed a courgette.
Never dissed a courgette. First year did absolutely brilliantly. They loved us. We had loads. We thought, great, future years we're going to freeze a whole load. That'll keep us going
Yeah.
through the winter, because
Yeah.
we eat them every week.
We do.
And for some reason, just the male
Nada.
flowers. If anyone's got any ideas as to what we're doing wrong, and it can't be about feed, because that first year we did nothing. We were so
No feed.
naive as to
Yeah.
what one needs to do, and everything did brilliantly. So,
Yeah.
and it's not an issue that with not being enough insects to pollinate, because they're all
Oh
up there
my
with the
gosh.
dahlias and the lavender and
Yeah.
all sorts. So
There's plenty buzzing around there.
yeah.
So I can't understand it.
So any tips, please do shout. Preferably real sort of low maintenance tips.
Yeah,
My-
not ones where you
My ideal.
put a droplet of feed onto it every second.
Yes. Nothing like that's happening around here.
Awful.
Well, we've got a bit of housekeeping from last week. A couple of things for me. One thing, mysterious thing for you. First up was Monty was talking about fire blight on his roses, and
Yeah.
I wondered if it was the same as the fire blight on tulips.
Yeah.
So I checked that out, and apparently they're completely different pathogens.
Oh,
And so the tulip fire is what it's called, is a fungus called
that's it.
Botrytis tulipi.
Mhm.
And the fire blight on roses is caused by a bacterium rather than a fungus, and that's
Okay.
called Erwinia amylovora.
Interesting.
So very different. You treat them differently. They give the same appearance, really,
Yeah,
don't
just
they?
a sizzled
Yeah,
branch of a plant, really.
but actually a different pathogen.
Okie dokes.
Then also I said I would check what medicinal properties mullein has, because we have talked about it before on the show, and both you and I completely forgot what we talked about.
Yes.
And I think it was Rachel or Monty last week was talking about them as self-seeders, and we have a lot of them around,
We
don't we?
do.
So from self-seeding, they are good for respiratory relief, so cough and mucus control. Does that ring a bell?
That rings a bell.
Good for soothing your throat. Also, it's
Yes.
anti-inflammatory and antibacterial, so an all-round good egg.
Okay. Great egg.
Mullein, a great egg.
Love an egg.
You have it like a tea using the leaves.
Fantastic.
Then we have the mystery of the Hidcote White.
Penstemon.
What happened there,
Oh my
Sweetpea?
gosh, what is wrong with me? I do my research, people. I am researching it, but what happened was...
Well, we should just explain what happened last week.
Exactly.
So before you tell us what went wrong, what went awry. So last
yeah.
week we were covering penstemons because there was Richard Marshall who was talking about his national collection of penstemons, and he talked about Hidcote White. You then came to me afterwards and said, I can't find a Hidcote White anywhere. And I said, do not worry, I shall get in touch with Richard Marshall.
Yeah.
We shall get to the bottom of this mysterious Hidcote White.
We shall, Detective Sweetpea.
Yes, Detective Sweetpea, leave it with me. So I drafted up an email to Richard, and I'd written it. I was ready to send, and then I thought, I'm just going to do a really quick search myself, bit of a sanity check on this. The first thing that came up on Google,
quick search,
was a Hidcote White penstemon. And
that
was on the RHS page, plus, I don't know, probably about 8 or 9 other pages about Hidcote Whites.
Oh my gosh.
So please do enlighten us on what went awry last week, Sweetpea.
Well, it is understandable. I wasn't completely blind, but you know when you search on Safari, usually when I'm doing my searches, I'm always on the images menu.
Right.
Because I'm always looking at images so that I can have a visual, and then I immediately look at the caption of the name.
Yeah.
And usually the names are really well written there as well, so I can really check and name check there. Anyway, so I was just on images, and so I put in Hidcote White, nothing
at all.
Nothing. All the images were Hidcote Pink or White Bedder, which is another penstemon, which looks practically very similar to the other one.
So you switched over to all.
So then
voila.
And voila, RHS Hidcote White was right there. So completely and utterly my fault.
That's a lesson learned, which is keep your all selected.
Keep your all selected.
I also have to fess up that I wrote Hidcote White wrong on the blog that I do for the episode.
Oh.
So I spelt it without the E on the end of Hidcote. And although I've corrected it on the website, the blog still is incorrect. So apologies to all our subscribers who received that. I promise you it's not that poor a value content that you get normally.
No, it's spell
when
checked.
You subscribe.
Yeah.
Right, sweetie, we are going to have a look at this episode.
Sure will.
This one's with Adam. Looking forward to seeing him.
His new garden.
On his knees as always.
Yep.
So this is Gardener's World 2026, episode 16 recap.
Off we go.
Well, we have Adam in his new garden. He's been working hard on that. And as we see him on our screens, Adam is completely oblivious to the fact he's got a show to present, it seems, because he is very happily digging away in amongst the roots of his shrubs. And it's really quite a while before he turns and says hello to us.
It's quite amazing. I'd love to be that at ease with a whole camera crew, sound engineers.
Can you imagine them all standing around in a semicircle?
Just tapping
all the cameras
their feet.
pointed on him, the sound boom on him, and
yeah.
he's just digging away in his own happy little world. That's how much of a pro he is, though. He's been doing it so long, it has just zero impact on his life.
He could practically go to sleep and they'd all be standing around his bed like in Ghosts.
It's so laid back, isn't it? Anyway,
what are you doing, Adam?
He does finally look up and say hello to us, and he's digging up bindweed roots, which he says he finds really quite enjoyable.
Yeah, apparently so. He's really churned all the ground. Like it's churned to the last over. Millimetre.
And he did promise he was going to do that, didn't he?
He
with
did.
His, what's it, double digging, I think he called it.
Yes, with that whole trench system.
Yeah, and he has made loads of progress. We see a lot of hedging plants, shrubs, trees have gone in. And although he's very sort of quite humble about the work that he has done, and we get to see from a bird's eye view the 4 gardens that he's created.
The 4 main spaces.
Yeah.
Adam's really good at the hard landscaping.
Oh gosh,
he's
I would give
he's the pro on that.
To have him come around and do ours.
Oh,
I wonder how much he would cost to hire.
Oh, you wonder, do you?
I don't think you could afford him, could you?
No.
Anyway, the 4 gardens are at the front. There's the family garden.
Yeah.
Then you go down a couple of steps to his fruit and herb garden. That's got a greenhouse there. Then into another garden with species roses, some magnolias and perennial planting, and a big circular pond in the middle with lilies.
Yeah.
He calls it a romantic space, which you can imagine it will be once it's all done. Then the final garden at the back, that's his sort of kitchen area.
Outside,
so he's going to have an outdoor kitchen. He's also got a shepherd's hut, which he inherited, I assume, with the land. And it's right on the river. And not just any river, really pretty river.
Absolutely gorgeous. He's got his own private riverbank.
And it's got a sort of a pool area to it. With that lovely sort of shallow plateau.
You can see all the fish in there.
And a lot of shade as well.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that looked bliss, didn't it?
It's stunning, especially at the end.
And then he's popping in some shrubs.
So we have Viburnum, Cornus alba sibirica, and Melanchias, Cotinus cogigria flamissimo. I love that name, flamissimo.
That's the smoke bush, isn't
That's the smoke bush. It's actually one of my favourite plants because it literally looks like the bushes on kind of fire.
On smoke.
It's on smoke, yeah. I was thinking it's not on fire, it's on smoke. It's on smoke, people. And then the Ribes sanguineum Oregon snowflake as well.
Yeah.
And then he also had a Cornus mass as well.
Yeah.
Lots of beautiful leaves and beautiful bark colours.
Yeah, nice foliage plants. He soaks, when he's putting them in, he soaks the whole loads, fills it up with water. Then he breaks up the roots a bit to encourage them to grow into the soil.
Yeah.
And then he waters it in.
Exactly.
And he said with trees and shrubs, they need a good soaking every 2 or 3 days rather than little and often.
I approve of that.
And then we head over to Westdean Gardens in Chichester with a very giggly Jamie.
Yep.
He seems to giggle his way through all of this.
Giggle.
He's looking at sweet peas, love in the mist, some salvias, and then he hooks up with Chantal Sparrow, and she's the deputy head gardener. Now, do you know who the head gardener is?
No. Honestly, I'm so bad with names. I can barely remember them.
Do you remember the lovely Tom Brown who was showing us? He was trialing all the hydrangeas. Do you remember
that
that?
was ages ago.
Yeah, yes, it was in 2023,
Yeah.
episode 27.
Oh my gosh.
Well, he's head gardener at Westdean.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
very interesting.
We're looking at some Delphinium elatums.
Yeah, specifically those ones. They're the tallest and apparently the best looking by what we could see in this collection.
Yeah, so they were given a whole load and to sort of trial them really as well.
Yeah, exactly.
35 varieties which were given to them 5 years ago.
Yeah, and they're much more perennial than the others.
So can I ask, what does that mean? Because I made a note of that. What does more perennial? What makes something more perennial or less perennial?
Or the fact that it can last longer than something that's less perennial. So a perennial that's less perennial. It's the face that you give
No, I'm all
me.
ears. But...
I know, but it's your face. You have a stupid face that you give me.
That's just my face.
That's what you say to me. So I'm thinking that the less perennials.
Do you know, or are you just winging it?
I'm half and half, I'd say.
Okay.
Less perennials, we're thinking more 3-4 years. More perennials, thinking 5-6 years or longer.
Have you completely made that up?
No.
So is that what determines whether something's more or less perennial? Is just its length of life?
Yeah, exactly. So it's more perennial, so it lasts longer. I mean, I can't see how it would be anything else.
Okay, so how would you differentiate between a perennial and an annual?
An annual's 1 year, and a perennial is more than 1 year.
So you'd say more perennial rather than a longer lasting perennial, and something that's less perennial is a shorter lasting perennial.
Yeah.
Right. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is.
Maybe we should.
I think we're thinking too much about this. It's
I
it's
think
quite simple. An annual 1 year, biennial flowers the second year, perennials they are
every
year, and they can last very, very long time. I mean, when you think about it, a tree is a perennial.
Yeah.
So there we go. That's
the most perennial.
that is the most perennial. Okay. Exactly.
All right. I mean, I'm still not sold on that.
Really?
Yeah, I feel I just need someone who really knows what they're talking about to tell me. But maybe
we're not going to get a researcher on to tell us this.
Anyway, these particular delphiniums, they are clump forming and
multi-stemmed
as well.
Lovely.
They originate from Europe, the alpine meadows.
Yeah. Exactly.
They're tricky, and this we know about delphiniums, which just puts me completely off.
Yeah, I can't have them.
They don't like root competition from other shrubs. They want to be by themselves. They're very
independent woman.
A free draining mustn't have wet feet.
No,
and also prone to mildew, so they need space. Do you know what I've just realised? I am a delphinium. This describes me to a T. Seriously.
It does.
I'm clump forming.
You're free draining.
But I need my space. I don't like wet feet unless it's really hot, in which case I love wet feet. I need to dip my feet in a basin of water. But I'm prone to mildew if I don't get my space. I need my personal spaceman. Otherwise I get very mildewy.
Oh my gosh. And what about your free draining?
Just realised I do have a huge dependence on water. So that doesn't hit the spot. But otherwise, I am a delphinium. Anyway, Chantal says that you need to deadhead them when they finish flowering, and they'll cut them right down to the ground and then lift and divide them in the autumn.
Yeah, exactly. Just to rejuvenate the youth.
Well, yeah, and to get some more plants as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And also to get more plants, she takes basil cuttings in the spring. So and just 3 months later, they had some flowering already, didn't they?
Basil cuttings are really, really easy to do, and they look great as well.
And then Jamie has a look at some of his faves. Which ones did you catch?
Delphinium rosemary brock. That was a kind of dusky pink.
Well, it was pretty, wasn't it?
Very pretty. Reminds me of your bedspread.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Delphinium blue dawn. Also looking gorgeous. That's a proper blue.
It's
not one
lovely.
Of these purple blues that everyone says is blue, but it's actual purple.
I did think that was very nice, the blue dawn.
And that one has lots of side shoots as well, which is good. It's not just one stem, one flower.
Yeah.
It's one stem, multiple flowers, multiple flower heads.
And then Jamie has a good giggle saying how it towers over him. So it's very tall, but we don't actually know how tall Jamie is. So
No,
he could be
really
about
short.
4'8", so it's not particularly tall. I feel like he's tall though, don't you?
He looks tall.
It's hard to tell on the screen.
It's so hard.
For ages, people thought Tom Cruise was tall, and he turned out to be really, really short.
Just be standing on a box.
That's what it was.
Yes.
I don't think Jamie's on a box though.
No.
But at one point, he talks about this very sort of rich and royal, dark, purpley delphinium, but he doesn't give a name to that one.
I know, honestly. Come on, people.
Did you find anything out about that? That was my favourite, I think.
Really?
But because we haven't got a name, I can't do anything about it.
Oh, that's a shame. I really like the blue ones because they're proper blues, and they're some of proper sky blue as well.
So the blue dawn.
Blues are me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
Well, as I mentioned, Tom Brown is the head gardener there at West Dean, and West Dean's a School of Arts, Design and Conservation. Does loads of courses, online courses, and you can do degrees, diplomas there. And as well as the sort of academic side of it, it's got these incredible gardens with really quite some history.
Oh, that's
They've
nice.
been around since 1622, and it consists of there's an arboretum there, St Roch's Arboretum, that's 49 acres worth.
Ooh.
There's a huge walled kitchen garden that provides food for the restaurant there. There's a 100-metre Edwardian stone pergola.
Ooh.
Really pretty, with loads of mature things growing up. It
Cool,
looks
that's
really like a fairy tale, that particular part. And apparently a lot of the beeches, limes, horse chestnuts, planes and cedars that are there today existed back in 1622.
Gosh, that's amazing. God, that's really incredible. I can't quite believe that. Back in the 1600s.
It's incredible, isn't it? Then I got stuck down a bit of a rabbit hole because I saw that somebody called Clive Anderson went to West Dean College. So they've got an alumni on their website. But I looked at the photo and it wasn't the Clive Anderson. For you, it's before your time, except we have been watching, or had watched, some of Whose Line Is It Anyway? And the host of it, before Sandy Toksvig, was Clive Anderson, who's really funny. He's a barrister and just really, really, really funny.
He kind of talks quite like this, doesn't he?
He
He's
does
quite
a sort
proper.
Yeah,
Is he not quite proper?
I don't know.
He's got kind of blonde hair.
Not much hair. Sort of a nervous... comes across as having a nervous disposition, but is very funny, very quick, rapid fire humour.
Okay.
Really clever man. Well, anyway, so I was looking at that initially thinking, oh my gosh, Clive Anderson went to West Dean. Oh my gosh, is he in the gardening world? It was the wrong Clive Anderson. However, the right Clive Anderson is in the gardening world.
Oh, yeah.
And he's been president of the Woodland Trust for the last 10 years.
Oh.
And he's very big on all of that. So I was rather thrilled to hear that because I love Clive. But also somebody who has studied at West Dean is Nigel Toos. He studied interior design. And do you remember him? He was one half of the couple who have that Alistair Baldwin design garden on that very, very steep street in Yorkshire that Nick Bailey went to visit.
Oh, yes. Oh, very interesting.
And we actually said about Nigel's, how we wanted to see inside their home because we thought it would be beautiful.
Yes.
Judging from some stuff on their social media. Anyway, he went to West Dean.
Oh.
Small world.
Very small world. God blimey.
We're back with Adam, who's creating a path. He's so precise. A real master at work with all his hardscaping.
And all his little kind of things of twine and...
Yeah, he's just in control. It's a joy to watch, isn't it? It's how I dream I am. If that makes sense. Anyway. He talks us through how he's doing this path. So he squared everything from the house and used a tight length of string from one end to the other of his path. Then he has his hardcore as the sub base, and that's of around 100 millimeters.
Yeah.
Then the mortar bed on top that the bricks sit in, that's around 30 to 40 millimeters. And then the bricks themselves, which are about 50 millimeters. So around 200 meters for him to dig out first. Then he puts in those layers. And an important element is make sure you're using paving bricks, because they're not, although they look the same as house bricks, they're not. They've been specially fired and all the rest of it to cope with Because basically your house bricks can suck up a lot of moisture, and then when they
can.
freeze, it expands and explodes.
Ka-ching!
So that's no good for your path.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you'd think it's no good for your house either, but
I mean, yeah, you'd think it'd be worse for the house than the
would
path.
think that, wouldn't you?
Than the cute little path. Oh, we're going to worry about the path, but not the house.
How are we avoiding all that happening to a house?
No idea.
Anyway, we're getting caught up on semantics here.
Mm.
The mortar mix is 1 to 6 cement to sharp sand.
Yeah.
He is laying the mortar on go the bricks, and he taps them nicely in place, and he's making sure they come up to the height of that string that he put down at the beginning. And for the path, he'll put in some sand, and then the gravel will go in after he's done all the work. That's about 30 or 40 millimeters, because you don't want to mess up your nice new path.
Oh, don't do that. Nope.
And then we head over to Rajul Shah's contemporary cottage garden in Norwich.
Yeah, with a twist, because we're making sure that it can cope with the climate.
Yes, a modern twist on a cottage garden.
Exactly. And this is what I really like, because a cottage garden doesn't have to be all like the special roses and the certain plants that you really got to tend to. If your garden doesn't work like that, but you want the cottage garden style, do this. This is great.
Absolutely.
Succulents and grasses galore.
Yes, galore. So Rajul explains she's got very sandy soil there. It gets very dry very quickly.
Yeah.
So she's choosing plants to cope with that.
Exactly.
And then we have a look at her south-facing border. So this gets absolutely blasted. What does she have in that?
She had Verbena bonariensis, Goras, Agapanthus, and Althea cannabina. That was a very pretty mallow-like flower.
Yeah.
In there.
Very nice. And then she talks about some of the foliage that she likes this time of year.
Yep, the Pittosporum tenuifolium golf ball. Love the name of that. And the plant itself is really cute, really compact and itsy bitsy little leaves. I love that.
Very nice.
And then a sambucus as well.
Yeah. And then Rajul talks about how she moved there in 2012 with her husband and young children, and she suffered really badly with postnatal depression.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Which is very nasty. I've been there myself. A very, very unpleasant time, as if it's not tough enough.
I mean, it's so
at that stage. Yeah.
Yeah. But you can imagine just the peak of all the hormones.
Hormones going all over the shop. They're going to right old mess, isn't it?
Yeah, they're going to want to go on holiday afterwards.
They are.
So
well, so that's what she did. She left her job because she was just feeling really inadequate at everything she was doing, and the garden became her refuge, as we hear so often. And it was also, I liked that there's obviously the mental side of gardening, but for her also the physical element of gardening that played a big factor in her recovery.
Yeah,
and she talked about basically how it's a very mindful hobby, and so it then also helped her mentally as well.
Yeah, exactly. You can get into quite a sweat, which can make your body kind of produce the nice endorphins, and you just feel happy afterwards.
It's all positives, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, Rajul is a woman after my own heart, because she basically is always looking for space where she can squeeze more plants in.
Obviously, it's rampacked.
And she wants loads of insects about the place, lots of life. And it was exactly what I was saying to you just the other day. We were sitting outside for a brief moment, and I said, my idea of heaven, or if I don't go to heaven, then certainly paradise, is a place that is buzzing with insects.
I know.
We have all our lavenders out at the moment, and it goes mad. It's a cacophony of buzzes from all different insects. You've got hoverflies, you've got the hummingbird hawk moths, which sound like helicopters.
Yeah.
You've got bees, bumblebees.
Yeah.
Wasps.
Yeah. You've got everything, and proper bumblebees as well.
Yeah.
Like, they're huge whopping things. They're so funny.
Big heavy things.
And they come past you going, I'm a bit drunk, I'm a bit drowsy, I need to sleep. Goodbye. They'll just settle somewhere.
Well, largely on my shirts.
I know.
They seem to like the flowers on my shirt.
They like your Hawaiian shirt.
So I totally relate to Rajul and what she's saying there.
Yeah, exactly.
And then finally she talks about the structures in her garden. She uses repeated structures to connect the garden up. And one of the things she shows us is this sort of steel grill framed in wood. And that's very good for climbers and for screening the garden.
Yeah, for things like the Traculospermum, which is the jasmine.
Oh, yes.
Of course. That's great.
And then finally, she says the garden allowed her to feel success when everything else was going wrong. And I nearly cried at that.
Oh.
Because that's That's so sad that she was
Yeah.
ever in a place where she felt everything else was going wrong.
Yeah, that is awful. That we always get really good quotes from Gardener's World, I find. You could create a whole book of quotes.
Yeah, we could do
from everyone.
Well, Rajul teaches at the Norfolk School of Gardening, and she's also apparently a regular guest presenter on BBC Radio's Garden Party programme, if you want to hear more from her. And her garden is open through the NGS. She's at 20... Now, it's either Lestrange Close or Lestrange Close.
Oh, let's go with Lestrange.
Lestrange.
Yeah.
And
like Detective Lestrade.
Okay.
It's not Lestrade.
What's that from?
That's from Sherlock Holmes.
Okay. Detective Lestrade.
Detective Lestrade.
Well, I always read the little blurb that comes on the NGS because it gives a bit more insight, doesn't it, to the gardens?
It sure does.
Materials used in the design include many more commonly used in building or industrial work, such as corrugated galvanized steel and ROM steel reinforcing mesh, which is the thing that we saw.
Mm-hmm.
Recycled and reused objects feature as decorative objects or structures. I don't think we saw any of that.
No.
The back garden features mixed borders, a rope pergola, modern structures for climbers, a wildlife pond, a greenhouse, container plant displays, lawn and seating areas. The front garden is home to fruit and veg raised beds with a crabapple arched walkway framing the path. Pollinator-friendly plants fill a central strip along the driveway.
Very cool.
So I'll put a link to that. I think it's finished now. It's usually in May that she opens her garden, but one to have tagged for next year.
Okie dokes.
And during that last segment, Adam's just quickly knocked up a courtyard.
Oh, yeah, just very quickly. He loves to do it like that.
Snap. Just like that.
Just like that.
What's he got in his pots?
Lots of dahlias.
Yeah.
They're looking incredible. Beautiful Technicolor, very Caribbean vibe dahlias. Love that. And then he's also putting in a pot in ground kind of thing, whatever you want to call it.
A planter in the ground?
Yeah, a planter in the ground, exactly. A fig Osborne's Prolific, which apparently has been recommended to him, and he's going to be fanning it out onto the wall.
Yeah.
So he's put up some tension wire.
Yeah.
And that way he can get lots of fruits and they all can ripen as easily as possible.
And that heavy breathing is Hobbs now, and there was quite a bit of heavy breathing in this section. I wondered if that was a good one for ASMR for some people, if they like heavy breathing ASMR.
Oh crikey, that's an interesting ASMR.
So there's lots of Adam heavy breathing.
Because he had to pick up really heavy slabs to make this little planter.
It makes me realise how little heavy breathing Monty does. Anyway,
yeah, true,
enough
actually.
About the breathing. One thing he does say about when you're planting against a wall is don't plant too close, so a foot away, and then tilt it back in towards the wall.
Exactly. The good old stuff.
And then we go to see Carol Klein's garden and the progress she's making this year. That's down in Devon, of course.
Yeah.
Some initial shots of the most beautiful poppies.
I know, they were gorgeous. And then she shows us her little kind of veg flower plot, like a little allotment site, really, in miniature, so that she can show people who have small spaces how to grow your own and really pack it in, wedge it all in.
Yeah, and having the ornamentals alongside the edibles.
Exactly, so you can have loads of pollinators and you don't need to use any pests. It's all just in that nice equilibrium.
Pest control.
Pest control, exactly.
And which beetroot was she pulling up?
She had Bolt Hardy in there.
Which, do you remember Adam Jones?
Adam Jones, yes.
From Wales. That's his favourite as well.
That is his favourite. It's a perfect round one as well.
It doesn't bolt.
And it doesn't bolt. Mm-hmm. It's not like the Egyptian one, which I think is more of a kind of turnip shape. It kind of is flattened.
Yes.
It looks like a saucer.
Yeah, it goes outwards more than upwards.
Yeah, exactly. So this is a perfect round shape if you prefer the round shaped ones.
Yeah.
And then obviously she has also Cosmos in there.
Yeah, they were looking good, weren't they?
They were, weren't they? But you need to deadhead to keep them looking that good.
Yeah.
And then also things like Lettuce Little Gem. They were bolting, but she was going to let them go to seed because there's no point doing anything else with them.
Well, she was letting one or two, wasn't she, to collect the seeds, and the others she was throwing out.
Yeah, because apparently the leaves just get far too bitter with those ones.
Which we've experienced.
We have experienced, but we like to go for the pick and cut and come again lettuce, so you can just constantly take it. And I find that even when it bolts, it's not actually that bad. It's still pretty nice. It's more just a rockety
Yes,
thing
absolutely.
in the salad. So why not?
A bit more bitter.
Exactly.
And then what's she putting in the space of the ones she's pulled up?
She was putting in Swiss chard called Bright Lights, and it really is quite bright. It's a striking stem.
Rainbow chard.
Yeah, it's the rainbow chard.
Yeah.
And then also the fact that the roots are the same colour as the plant, that's pretty cool.
I didn't know that. Even though we've grown loads of rainbow chard, I've never checked out the roots versus the stem.
But we never look at the roots because we never do plugs. We're always immediately in the ground, and then usually we leave them for a long time. We just keep cutting them back and then they just come up again.
Because we direct sow those, don't we?
We do, exactly. Yeah. And then she's just popping in some flowers to make it look pretty.
Yes.
So Brompton stocks, I didn't know about these. They kind of look like a wallflower.
Mm-hmm.
And then also she's putting in some scented flowers as well.
Yeah.
She'll just make it smell good as well. Oh, and then finally she talks about the basil that she sowed in a circle, and then she was going to whack a tomato in the middle, except the slugs went
the whole lot
for it,
obliterated them.
Yeah. So she got a pot from the supermarket, which is one of the first things that I did at uni, except I just had it in its pot. I didn't divide it like she did.
Yeah. But we've heard about this dividing of the basil from Frances. Did it one time, didn't she, last year?
Exactly. And it's the best thing ever because then you get loads of plants and
you get about 50 plants for the price of, what is it, like $2.99, $3.99 something?
Oh, it's so cheap. It's fantastic. So it's a student top tip, I would say.
Yes.
From me. And then also she's talking about some other plants. So she has rudbeckias, tagetes, harlequin, and then in the pot that she created, I think she had the Cosmos Purity, Amaranthus, and Auroch.
Yep.
And they were all quite tall, quite leggy, quite upwards. So she said she needs something bushy near the base.
Bit of floppage,
exactly. We need the spiller, and that is going to be nasturtiums for her. And that will look really pretty as well.
It's edible.
And it's edible. Exactly.
Yeah. And also, just on the tagetes, that is very good for keeping the pests away, because I didn't realise that hoverflies like to lay their larvae on the tagetes, and then the larvae eat the aphids.
I didn't know that's how it worked. No. I just thought that the aphids went for the tagetes instead of the other plants.
Exactly.
So that's pretty cool.
That is very cool.
And then finally she shows us the sweet peas.
Looking
gorgeous and mixed in with climbing beans. I like mixing those two together.
Yeah, I do. Very, very pretty. And they like the same conditions, so it's a perfect companion plant, really, isn't it?
Yeah, one's edible, one smells great, and also cut it for inside.
Yeah. Oh.
Gosh.
Lovely.
Well, back with Adam, and he's then in his herb garden area. Cannot tell where all these areas are in his garden. It's a real maze in my head now.
It's a real playground for him, isn't it?
Such a playground.
It looks like he's thoroughly enjoying this garden. It really looks like this one he's going to settle into for longer. He may well not, but because he has mentioned before how he likes moving and he doesn't mind giving up his gardens because he's used to that from all the gardens he's designed.
I couldn't do that.
But I wonder if this is the one that this is his forever garden, maybe?
I hope so.
With that river.
He does seem a bit like a kid with adult money and adult ideas, which is quite fun. I would be doing that. Anyways, herb garden, he's got things like thyme, sages, mint in pots. Very important to be in pots. The mint likes very different conditions from thymes and sages. So mint likes damp and shady conditions. The others sunny, dry, and free draining. Exactly.
Yeah, Mediterranean vibe.
Yeah. So sand and grit in a really nice compost mix for potting up lemon thyme, Thymus citriodorus. And he's potting that in, giving it a good haircut so that it has lots of nice new shoots.
Oh, that was upsetting.
I know, but that's what I did with our basil, and look at our basil now.
Right. Did you?
Yeah, before we left on holiday, I snipped it really.
Oh, you never told me that. I'm glad you didn't. Because I'm eating basil every day when you're at work.
I know.
And it's just flourishing.
It's amazing, isn't it?
So it worked. Whatever you did, it worked.
And they're really bushy as well, aren't they?
Really strong. Okay.
Exactly.
Method in the madness.
Mm-hmm. And then another bit of madness is ripping out the mint from its pot, because what happens is it kind of starts growing. What would you call that? Centrifuge?
I mean, I personally wouldn't use centrifuge. I'd think of something else for that. But basically, it grows from the inside out, and so the
Exactly, like a
inside gets a
ripple.
bit kind of depleted, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Great
exactly.
idea what he did, though.
I loved it. Exactly.
What
Just
does he do?
cut it all up. Get
Not all up, in half.
No, cut it up in half, and
Flip
then
them around.
flip it like a cake and smash it back in again.
Yes.
And it's so simple.
So all the depleted bits are on the outside, and
Yeah.
it'll grow outwards again and cover all that up.
Exactly.
Very clever.
I know.
Not that I've ever had any concerns about mint and how much it grows. It's such a problem with how much it grows
I
that
know.
I would never consider redoing it. I would just get another clump and put it in the pot if it was that much of a concern.
Yeah. And I'm actually having to give some to my workplace.
You are.
Because they make special mojitos. They do a passion fruit mojito that's going to be coming out soon. And they always ask me to bring my special mojito mint in because apparently it's so strong and it really works for the mojitos.
Oh, that was funny. I asked you to post something at the post office, which is opposite your restaurant, and you drove off in the car with your mojito mint, taking my letter, and then you went, queued up in the post office, got to the front, handed over letter, money, all the rest of it, and she said,
"Cool, blimey. There's a real stench of mint round here." I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I have some mint in the car. I'm taking it over to my place of work." She's like, "Oh gosh, I was wondering what that was." And I literally had barely touched it. And I think I even washed my hands in between cutting it and then bringing it over to my place of work. So it really lingers, but it tastes amazing.
A lovely fresh smell.
So
I can think
fresh.
of worse smells to waft into the post office.
Yeah, exactly.
You work there. Yeah.
And it fills the workplace, the whole room, and the veranda just with this minty smell.
Oh, so nice. Very cooling smell. And finally, we meet Tracey West in Birmingham and her amazing roses.
Incredible roses.
Tracey's been at her place for 26 years now, and when they moved in, the garden didn't really have much colour. It was quite a mature garden, but it was, central lawn and
the usual.
Needed a lot of work done to it. And now it's just completely packed with roses.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't see that far. I wasn't actually sure how big it was because of the roses.
You could only tell how big it was from those photos we saw of it when they first moved in.
Yes, exactly.
It gave you an idea. But it was really her love of roses happened in 2018 when she joined a whole load of kind of plant sites. I wonder if it's like groups on Facebook and things like that. And then she really found her tribe when she joined a rose site. And that was it. So
rabbit hole. Woohoo.
Rabbit hole. There she goes. All her amazing roses. The first one that she mentions is one that is often an ornamental that I guests choose on Chit Chats.
Yes, it is actually. And that's the Gertrude Jekyll rose. Loved by all.
Very popular.
Yeah. Quite thorny though. That's the only thing about it. She does love the roses for their fantastic names, and I'm completely on board with that. I think the names are very, very cool. So there was Rosa Desdemona. That was a very light pink, very subtle, almost wedding pink.
Yes, pink buds and then practically white blooms, weren't they?
Yeah, practically white blooms, exactly. And she does say how they're very easy. You just feed twice a year, mulch, and then just make sure you're keeping all pests and diseases away.
And prune in January.
Thank you. That was the other thing.
But that bit of make sure you keep all pests and diseases away, therein lies the problem with roses.
There is the
not
problem.
That easy.
Not that easy, and we'll talk about that a bit afterwards. She then says about this Rosa floribunda. Now, I took forever trying to figure out what this plant was called. And
Were you stuck on images again?
I was stuck on images again. But this time, because all I heard was her say, Rosa floribunda, absolutely fabulous, and isn't it lovely? And I was like, yeah, it is absolutely fabulous.
Yes.
It's actually called Absolutely Fabulous. No wonder I couldn't find it, because I only had half the name. So it's called Absolutely Fabulous, and it is absolutely fabulous because it's a beautiful egg yolky colour. It's a mix between that orange and that yellow, but quite rich and very compact petals.
And that was a standard, wasn't it?
Yes, exactly. That was a standard rose. So apparently that's a lot of grafting on a good rootstock. She said it can make it quite top heavy, so you do want to stake it well.
Yeah, so
That would
stakes
be a
and scraps
downside for me.
Absolutely. Well, it's more maintenance, isn't it?
Yeah, but you can underplant, which can be really pretty. And so she has things like oxeye daisies, geraniums, and foxgloves. We would probably put in maybe a salvia in there because they're meant to
Salvia
be
is
really
very
good companions
for the sulphur.
for the sulphur, precisely.
Meant to be very good. I saw some nigella in there as well.
Yes, exactly.
And then what was that lovely thornless one?
The Rosa Roald Dahl.
Yeah.
Thornless, lovely. And then she has
Peachy.
some, peachy. And then she had some in pots as well. She said she does 50 centimetre wide and deep pots.
Yeah, she researched quite a bit what conditions you need for a rose to survive in a pot, and that seems to be the optimum. It's 50 by 50.
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise they will be telling you, don't like it here.
Yeah.
And then this is my favourite thing. When watering, don't splash the leaves. I'm like, how do you think they're surviving with the rain? It's all from above.
Well, that, but also who's got time for that? Making sure you're not splashing anything onto the rose.
I mean, that is just a bit bonkers at this point.
It is. At that point, we've officially made it into bunker
zone.
Bonker zone.
We have driven past reasonable hood. We're now in bonker hood, people. Okay, yeah, I can't be trying to make my rain go in certain areas and directions like
we
that.
We won't be doing that.
No. And she said, otherwise you'll get black spots. So I'm like, hey, sister, we got black spot.
We got black spot. Mildew, rust are some of the other things you can contend with roses.
And we've had all of them
we've
together
had the whole
lot. But they still look great and we still get loads of flowers.
They're doing all right. I think,
frankly, who cares?
The way I've been handling it is if there's any problem, I hack the rose right back.
Yes.
And let it start all over again.
Yeah.
And that seems
amazing.
to have done the job because I haven't, like I keep banging on, I haven't got the time.
No.
Or inclination to be figuring all these things out. So I just hack them back and that does do the job. So far.
Yeah, they seem to be loving it. Well, the final ones, we're talking about some ramblers. We have Rosa Paul Tronson. That one's going up an odd ladder. I like that. Oh, yes. That's very cool. Then Malvern Hills, that's one we've hear all the time. And then Rosa Gardenia.
Yeah.
Wonder if it's named after the
hose pipes.
Yeah, exactly. The hose. Yep, the hose pipes, exactly. So I wonder. Who knows?
Okay. Well,
let's finish up there.
Who knows? There was a lawnmower in the background. I wonder how the poor sound guy
I feel sorry for him.
Because he's so fastidious with the sound, isn't he?
He is. It's quite amazing.
Yeah, he's spot on with it. But there was no cutting that out. That's so irritating. Can't people see that there's filming going on in their neighbouring garden? Or maybe they just can't see into each other's gardens, so perhaps not.
It's like, Jenny, can you turn off the lawnmower?
But equally, thinking about it, actually, trying to be reasonable about this, if that's the only day of the week that Jerry can mow his lawn, then who are we to say, excuse me, could you be quiet, because we want to have a nice quiet Gardeners World episode.
True. Frankly, it made it have a bit more rigueur,
bit of ambiance. So Jerry, you keep on mowing.
Thank you, Jerry.
We're all fine with it. Well, I couldn't find out an awful lot on Tracey and her roses, other than her Instagram account, which has lots of gorgeous photos of roses there.
Fantastic.
She's called Tracey with a 6 in the middle.
Okay.
So Trey 6 C. Trey sexy.
Oh my god.
Trey sexy. Do you think that's what it is?
Well, I hope it is, because that's really cool. Trey sexy.
Trey sexy. Anyway, if you're on Facebook, she's admin of the David Austin and World Favourite Roses group. Ooh. And we get to see lots of photos of her roses there and lots of advice on maintaining roses. So I'll put a link to that particular group on our website.
On the blog
and on our website.
Great.
And, you can get in touch with her there.
Exactly. And don't worry about all the rose names and all the names from here, because Sweetpea got your back. They will be on the email if you have subscribed.
That's it. A nice plant list of all the plants discussed on this episode.
Yep. Well, finally, we're back with Adam again.
Yes, he's steaming past the camera with his barrow. He was grinning ear to ear. I feel like there are a lot of outtakes when Adam's doing it. I think he's all sort of cool, calm, and collected on screen. But I reckon there are some outtakes where he's sort of tripping over or just giggling to himself or something, because he looked really sheepish as he went past.
That would be me if I had just cracked a joke and then I was walking past. I would be giving side eye and little smirk smiles. I wish they would give us some little bloopers. That
they
would
should
really make
it. Do that.
Yeah.
Do you know, I think that would be such a good idea. We should write to Gardener's World and put it in their suggestion box.
Absolutely.
Because there was, what was it that I watched that The American Office. I couldn't get into it initially. It didn't really hit the mark until I watched all the bloopers. And it was so funny.
I've never watched it. I was almost peeing myself with laughter.
Cool.
Crazy.
But it really funny. I was in tears sometimes watching them. Just so funny. And you get to see the actors and their true selves, which are equally funny, but then playing these sort of quite straight characters. Brilliant. So if Gardener's World would add that somewhere on, I don't know, iPlayer or somewhere. I don't know where you'd put, iPlayer.
Yeah.
Then it would show another side to the personalities of everyone.
That
could be fun, couldn't it? I'm going to suggest it.
Yeah, or even on their Instagram page. That would be great.
Yes.
And then you can pop that on the blog.
That would be very good. I
can see that.
Anyway, Adam's off to his north-facing wall.
Yes.
He has everything in this garden.
He has absolutely everything. So it's a cool wall. And he's putting Hydrangea petiolaris in there.
Yeah. You don't need wires. It'll just cling to the wall.
Yeah, exactly. It does lose its leaves, but it has a really beautiful kind of bone skeleton structure.
Yeah. And he plants that in about 30 centimetres away from the wall. And then there's something just at the end, which I was a bit flummoxed by. He says, and I'm quoting directly, "If you're planting anything back against a house, I've come about a foot, so about 300 millimetres away. Let's just firm that in. It really is a lovely plant for a north-facing wall."
Cool, blimey. I see what you mean. What was that sentence?
Yeah, I think they edited out a bit, like a crucial part of the sentence
crucial
to
part.
make it all link up.
It sounds like they've edited out all the verbs. So it just sounds like a sentence without verbs.
I couldn't make head or tail of that, but good job nonetheless.
Okay, great.
Then we are to jobs for the weekend. Provide water for wildlife, sow lettuce, feed containers. And then the final shot, which for me was the best bit of the entire episode, was Adam sitting on his upturned bucket and his dog is playing around in the shallows of that river. It was so beautiful. Adam's got a beer in his hand, or
a nice cold
an alcohol-free beer. I don't know
whatever
kind of
it was.
Beer.
It was the
no
beer
labels showing. And it just looked idyllic, didn't it?
It did, and that is why I realised why everyone wants a river in their gardens, because that was just perfect.
I wonder if he's had a dip in it yet.
Oh,
especially with all these heat waves coming and the Super El Nino, he's so well positioned, as long as it doesn't flood, of course.
Then that could be diabolical.
It could be. Well, it depends how high up the house is from the river.
Yeah, and I wonder which terrace, because they're each a terrace lower than each other. There's different gardens.
It sort of slopes down towards the river, doesn't it?
So I wonder when it does flood, which one it would come up to at the worst.
The kitchen. That's right at the bottom, isn't it?
Probably that one. I hope not.
But it might be all right. He might just be prepared for that. But as long as the house isn't flooded, then, it's a bit like Monty can enjoy the flooding at Longmeadow. He doesn't get stressed about it because it's all set up for it. So, but having that spot, I felt really happy for Adam. I thought, good on him. He's got a lovely spot there.
Dappled light.
And that just is the cherry on top, that whole, the dappled light at the end of a day.
Proper
sitting
evening.
by running water.
Yeah.
Perfection. Right. What was your favourite plant from this episode?
The rose, absolutely fabulous,
darling. The Ab Fab rose. Yeah, that was very nice.
I loved that so much, and I love the name as well.
Mine was, it was the purple, sort of bold and beautiful purple delphiniums, but we didn't get the name, so I don't know what it was. So,
that one.
Going with the name, I liked was it the Dawn Blue?
Yes.
The Blue Dawn.
Blue Dawn.
Delphinium.
Yeah, exactly. That was gorgeous. And what was your top takeaway?
Well, it was watching Adam lay the path and getting all the tips on how, the different layers that you do.
Yeah.
He does make it look so easy, but
he does.
I really enjoy watching him at work, and I do get ideas, and it does make me think, okay, I could probably give that a go.
Yeah, I think so. It is quite amazing how chill he is with everything.
He's in his element there.
Entirely.
And what was your top takeaway?
Just have a river in your garden.
Yeah.
Have your own riverbank.
Right.
It's incredible.
So
I
we
love
need
that.
to get digging to some sort of water source.
Oh no.
Well, next week is Gardener's World. So despite the Wimbledon finals, we're all okay. So it's 10th of July. Gardener's World comes from the very first RHS Badminton Flower Show set in the beautiful South Gloucestershire countryside. Adam Frost, Rachel de Tame and Ashley Edwards explore the show gardens, young designer gardens, feature gardens, pocket planting and artisan gardens, and seek out the season's must-have plants in the floral marquee. There is also oodles of practical gardening advice and innovative design to inspire you in your garden. Now, I can tell you who is at Badminton showing his plants, and that's Dan's plants.
Oh, of course he
Dan
is.
Stern with his beautiful display.
Fantastic.
So really good luck to Dan.
Yeah,
and
fingers crossed.
Don't forget, if you are visiting him and you see some plants you like, then hold off buying them there.
Yes.
Jump online and use our 10% discount.
Exactly.
With the code NJAG10. Pop that in at checkout and you'll get your discount. But
exactly.
Best of luck to you, Dan.
Yeah, best of luck.
Well, if you want to get in touch with us about anything we've talked about on this episode, you can do so through our website, which is
notjustagarden.co.uk,
or through our email address, which is
notjustagarden@outlook.com.
We're getting quite slick at that.
I think so.
And also head over to our website if you want links to anything that we've talked about. We put it all in there, a dedicated page to this episode. And you will see on there the place to subscribe if you want to get Sweetpea's plants lists for each episode.
And the blog for the episode as well.
And the blog. We'll all get emailed to you.
Exactly.
No spam at all.
Spam.
Right, Sweetpea. Well, I think we need to go and cool off. It gets very hot here. We're in our recording room, which is in the eaves of the house.
Yeah.
No insulation between us and the very hot air outside.
Yeah, exactly. We need to chill.
Chill now. So we shall see you next week.
Sure will. Thank you for listening.
Bye-bye, Sweetpea.
Bye, my bear.